Today, I'm gonna explain a 2016 American superhero, crime, and drama movie, called Sleight. The story will focus on a young street magician, named Bo Wolf. By day, Bo performs magic tricks all over Los Angeles, with his specialty being able to control anything metal, even floated in the air. At one time, there is a young woman who is amazed by his magic tricks. Because of this, Bo manages to get acquainted with the woman, learning her name is Holly. When she asks how he could do the trick, Bo just remains silent because a magician always keeps his secret based on the magician's ethics he knows and also never does the same trick over and over again. Meanwhile, it turns out that Bo has to take care of his little sister, Tina. Sadly, their parents passed away a few years ago. This leaves Bo having to do illegal activities to keep a roof over their heads. Strangely, he apparently did the trick not using an ordinary tool, but by building an electromagnet into his arm, with the negative electrode of the battery running to his thumb and the positive electrode running to his fingers. He first developed the electromagnet in high school for a science project, which earned him an engineering scholarship, but he had to turn it down in order to take care of Tina after his parents died. However, there is a side effect. It seems like he has to clean his pus that appears every time. He also has to replace the battery with a new one. By night, he does not have the life of a normal teenager. He is forced to sell drugs overnight to pay the bills. It is his main source of income every day with his many base clients. He even almost gets caught by the police when he finishes selling the drugs, but fortunately he manages to get away. When he checks the money he got from his magic tricks, he finds Holly's phone number on a piece of paper. Since long ago, he works with his supplier named Angelo, who is usually nice to him. Bo is ordered by him to investigate a new Kingpin who comes in and starts selling drugs for cheaper on their turf. After that, Bo immediately comes to a club managed by Bo's friend Luna, where the new Kingpin has his dealers selling the drugs. There, he pretends to ask one of the dealers for drugs and he manages to get the dealer's cell phone using his pickpocketing skills as a magician. He immediately looks up his call history and finds out that his supplier's name is Maurice. The next day, Bo decides to date Holly, thanks to the phone number that he found last night. After they chat for a while, he receives a call from Angelo telling him to come to their base. It turns out that Angelo has found where Maurice lives currently. They plan to invade Maurice's house. On the other hand, Bo is given a gun for self-defense later. Although he is reluctant to get involved in this plan at first because he is the type of person who does not like violence. Arriving there, they directly catch Maurice including his men. At first, they offer cooperation instead of being hostile. But because one of Maurice's men underestimates him, Angelo is annoyed and immediately hits him as he tells them to think about his offer carefully. The next morning, Bo does his magic as usual, which makes the people around him even more amazed. While he is having dinner together with Holly and Tina, suddenly Angelo and his men come to his house and ask him to go to Maurice's house again right now because he did not heed Angelo's earlier offer. Luckily, Holly and his neighbor, Georgie, are able to watch his little sister for the night. A few moments later, the group manages to kidnap Maurice while he is walking with his girlfriend. After that, an angry Angelo orders Bo to chop off one of Maurice's hands. Although being initially reluctant, at the end he obeys the order because Angelo threatens to harm his family including Holly, the person he loves most. Maurice screams in pain very hysterically as Bo leaves the place, unable to stand his own actions. Thanks to his bravery, Angelo gives him a lot of drugs packages. After showing Georgie the drugs, he plans to skim $15,000 off the money he makes from drug dealing so he and Tina can pay off the remaining debt and leave the town in peace. Amazingly, Bo is able to sell the drugs completely in 5 days, so he can quickly give Angelo the rest of the money and asks for permission to leave the job. One morning after Holly and Bo sleep together, she asks him what happened to his hand. From then on, all his secrets are revealed that he is deeply inspired by the street magician he saw as a child. He is taught by the magician that a magician must perform tricks that no one else can do except himself. With his skill in upgrading his tools, he manages to move or lift objects that are slightly larger and heavier in size, such as an iron chair that he can move around a bit. At night, he goes to a party that has been held by Angelo. Everything is going well, until Angelo invites Bo to go upstairs and finds out that Bo was cheating on his drug packages. He immediately threatens to kill Bo unless he can come up with $45,000 in 1 week to pay Angelo back. As a result, Bo comes home with a bruised face. He also tells Holly everything he is dealing with. Luckily, she continues to support him in making money. She even gives the rest of her savings to help him. Long story short, he works really hard by selling the remaining drugs he has while playing his tricks to make money even faster. Feeling that he still needs more money, he decides to steal the last $9,000 from Luna. Just at the right time, Luna invites him up to the main office, where her safe deposit box is located. Bo uses the opportunity to watch her unlock the safe deposit box, studying the codes. When they want to leave the office, he pickpockets the office keys from her and then pretends to go to the toilet for a while as Luna walks out first. However, he moves the security camera using his power so he can return back to the office unnoticed, then stealing the money from the safe deposit box. He also manages to hide after a guard suddenly enters the office to take things there. Afterwards, he has a final drink with Luna, feeling guilty for stealing from her, but relieved he got out of his predicament alive. After drinking with her, Maurice's gang unexpectedly is at the club at the same time. When they spot him, they manage to knock him out, handcuff him and eventually put him in the trunk of a car. Fortunately, he manages to escape by using his electromagnet to lift the latches on the handcuffs and trunk. Nevertheless, Maurice has stolen all of his money in the process. At midnight, Bo and his little sister choose to live at their neighbor's house as Angelo and his men suddenly ransack Bo's house to collect the money he asked for previously. The following day, Bo tells his sister to go back to school because he thinks that the situation is already conducive, but it turns out that Angelo has told his men to kidnap Tina. He finds out when Angelo threatens him again through the phone call. From that moment, Bo has no choice but to hand over the money he doesn't have as soon as possible. When he gets home, he suddenly remembers his old high school science teacher. He then decides to go to his teacher's house and gets back in touch with him to get more power to his electromagnet. Therefore, the teacher has an idea to add a feedback oscillator based on his knowledge. They finally manage to upgrade the electromagnet, but he warns Bo that it may cause the wires in his arm to overheat. At that moment, Bo's powers have reached their full potential, just like Magneto in the X-Men movies. When he feels he is ready, he comes to Angelo's house with Holly and tells her to wait outside. He then goes inside with the supplemented electromagnet to find out where Tina is. He immediately rips out one of his former co-workers' gold teeth, causing him to bleed. He also hits the other man with his own aluminum bat and sends it flying into the wall. Not long after, Angelo comes up to shoot him straight away, but he stops the bullets and causes the lights to flicker. He then drops the bullets to the floor and picks one up, slowly burrowing it into Angelo's forehead to force him to divulge Tina's whereabouts. After Angelo tells Bo that she is with his aunt, he releases the bullet from Angelo's forehead and gives him $15,000 before leaving angrily. Soon, he picks up Tina, who is not far from there. In the end, he chooses to start a new life peacefully with Holly and his little sister in San Diego. As they are getting accustomed to their life, Bo is still doing street magic with his new trick and entertaining the people around for his main job as his arm is now completely healed. At the last scene, Holly is startled by all the lights in the house suddenly flickering by themselves. She then walks into the bathroom to check on Bo, who looks like he is developing a new trick from his electromagnet that might just make him a superhero in the town. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.